Got a bad one tonight, Albert.
Ah. Damn it. It's okay. Full slideshow mode. That's all right. Audio fine.
Whenever he says something, the background music goes, Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, Domo.
Roboto.
Hello, Moto.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay, and we are live. Welcome back, everyone, to the Mystic Syndicate, along with the Dungeons and Dragons D&D group. We are here with episode 21 tonight, so welcome back, everybody. I think it's been... Did we play last week? I can't remember if we played last week.
All day.
It was 2 weeks. Oh, that's right. We had to cancel. That's all right. Well, I'm your Dungeon Master, Brian, and as always, here with the Tuesday or Thursday night crew, depending on how we feel, and who gets stuck at work. But for those people who do not know, this is a live. Sort of live action Dungeons and Dragons game. We actually meet here in person, sometimes every week, sometimes every 2 weeks, depending on our schedules. And we'll go ahead and start our introductions with Melinda.
I'm Melinda. I play Grenna Babbleboots, a Gnomon Ranger who has a little puppy named Bubbles.
I'm Mike. I play Kiffy Blackhammer, a dwarven cleric of Fortubo.
Oh, I'm Pav. I play Kelix Celene, a paladin of Erroneous.
I'm Russ. I play Jan Grimmer Tolfermather Halderson, who is a fire mage.
Hi, I'm Ed, and I play Squire Thomas Waverly, a human fighter bard, and today's my wedding day.
Someone's getting married.
Well, I am Glenn. I am playing Timble Sniven Blaven, and I am just an artist following them around, hoping to catch some glorious death scenes to paint.
Yes, that's awesome.
It's been a couple, maybe already.
They've been close.
Yeah, there's been
Real
some
close.
there's been some situations. It's been pretty hairy. There's been some times. All right. Well, let's to catch everybody up on the from our last episode. You had faced off against Nassifol Jure and his undead minions, vampires and vampire spawn. You were, of course, successful, and you had been able to free the town of Marydale from this undead scourge. And there was much rejoicing. And in the ensuing revelry afterwards, it came to a point where the party decided that they wanted to pretty much take control of the town. Being that they've already set up a business there, and at one point, and also there was a new there was an election to appoint a new mayor, and but after some thought and thinking about what their plans were in their future, they believe it was Temple handed the reins of power down to Lily Nelst, the daughter of the former mayor. And then he proceeded to convince her that it would be a wise decision to marry Squire Tomas, sorry. And so she agreed after some convincing. It was kind of touch and go there for a little bit, but she finally did definitely said yes. Now, of course, Tomas has, because he seems to be quite the writer, had penned some letters off to family and some local notables. Of course, that was just within the day, so of course you haven't received any information. Tomas, you're kind of thinking that once you return to Pellak, you're probably going to be inundated with probably a lot of correspondence, especially from your parents, because you have been reaching out to them, but you haven't really been in town to gather your mail. So there's a really good chance that when you get back, you're probably going to be sitting on on a stack of at least a few correspondence from them. Alrighty, so it's wedding day. The whole entire town has shown up. It's going to be an entire community affair. It is one of those situations where everybody is coming together. The farmers that were not murdered outright by the Nasifol and his minions bring in some of their some of the food and things in preparation. You have the bakers there who are baking a beautiful cake for the new mayor and
Bologna cake.
I'm sorry.
Bologna cake.
Bologna cake. Yeah. So after getting a big old slice of bologna cake, whew, that's a thing, folks.
Delicacy.
It's a local delicacy. Served specifically in the old, was that old 96 or 97 or
Old
that
97.
inn?
Yep.
The old 97. Okay. I'm sitting here playing with my camera. Sorry. Yeah. So. So Tomas, you wake that morning. You can see that locals have donated some wedding clothes for you, appropriate for the style of the people here in this quaint little village.
I'm actually intentionally. I actually do have a full set of finery that's part of my character build, so I'm wearing that in the emblems of the yeomanry. You've seen with the embossments of the yeomanry. You've seen the letters I wrote. The intention of the letters are basically those were the missives that I was putting down on paper and I mailed in the morning right before the wedding.
Okay, perfect. All right, excellent. So, okay, so you were dressed in all of your finery. And you step out into the morning sunlight and look around, and you can see that Bubbles is chasing rabbits around some of the buildings. Timble has his hand raised. Go ahead, Timble.
I was just wondering, Corinna, did you tell us about meeting your Fae friend, the Dryad, and all of that sequence? Darn. Okay.
Yeah, I think only a few people were actually present when the Dryad talked to her. Yeah.
I'm curious if any of the local Fae will be present. This being a farming community, do they have any connections to them?
Usually these people can be pretty superstitious, and the Fae are one of those ones that they use to tell their children boogeyman stories, like making sure to stay away from toadstool rings and things of that nature if you don't want to disappear. That
We're friends with Hey, if you're friends with them and you get, set them out some milk and a little porridge, maybe a sweet now and then, you know what happens? You don't get a scourge of vampires. Hey,
No, but then the pedophiles move in.
Oh, Lord. Well,
Um,
that came out of nowhere.
technically, Ed, the only one here marrying the daughter of someone. I don't know how old she is, but we can
Well, you
I can
can.
point fingers in your
Yeah,
direction.
she's in her 20s. You don't have to worry about that. This is a child-friendly stream.
She's in her 20s and no one's married her. What's wrong with her?
Yeah, well, she's probably batshit. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
You never know. Yeah, these women. No, I'm sorry.
she was headstrong. That's it.
She was
Well,
wrong.
she is the mayor's daughter, so
Yeah, you don't want to run afoul of the mayor. Yeah, you got to think the mayor might have been, kind of like, a local mafia boss. And, you don't want to, you don't want to cross the local mafia boss.
As we bring in our own mafia.
I was thinking much the same.
You guys, it's like you reject their mafia and substitute your own. I love it. Okay, well, that's great. Okay, so yes, as you step out into the morning light, Tomas, I mean, you can see it's going to be an absolutely beautiful, day. Like I said, Bubbles is running around chasing rabbits, sometimes getting lucky enough to catch one. So he just, you kind of just watch him for a couple of minutes as he just rips one in half and, does his thing, which you kind of chuckle inwardly about. And you're like, yeah, at least we don't have to dress him up.
Brian, check roll d20.
I'm
What's
sorry.
that?
Do I need to roll a d20?
No, I want you to check roll d20.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, so from somewhere behind you, and actually somewhere in your mind, Tomas, you hear, "Run, run far, run fast."
Is that for real?
Yeah.
Male, female.
You gather it's a male voice.
Do I recognize the voice?
Hold on one moment. Hold on a minute.
Is it Toby?
Ah, perfect. Hold on. Is it Toby?
For your mother.
Is it Toby? Okay. This is gonna be fun. Oh, damn. Okay. Make a perception check, Tomas.
That's not my worst score.
Okay. Yeah, you're not really familiar with the voice, but it definitely does not sound like Toby. Toby had a definite, more of a raspy, otherworldly sounding voice. This one seems a little more human, but it is thickly accented with an accent you're not very too sure of. It is not. You don't believe it is one of your comrades.
I am from kind of this region. If you were to blow out the Yeomanry's not that far, so this would, I would assume if it's anywhere around here, correct?
Yeah, it's not from anywhere around here.
Run, huh? See this? These are the colors of the Yeomanry. These colors don't run. This is what I think in my head.
Okay. Well, Yes, the voice in your head. Yeah, it repeats once again. The voice says, "She'll eat you up. She's a man eater.
Wait a minute, say that again.
She'll eat you up. She's a man eater."
You know, watch out, boy, she'll chew you out. Whoa, here she comes. Here she comes. She's a man eater.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So while this is all going on, like I said, you can smell fresh bread baking, and all types of other just wonderful things. You see that there are people out there stringing up garlands of wildflowers and just getting everything ready. People are walking by and saying good morning to you, and it just seems like a very, very pleasant sort of. You just have this really warm, fuzzy feeling inside that this is a big day for you. Now the rest of you are Rise, and so Kiffy, you have been kind of like half and half. Like, you're kind of excited about this, but you're also kind of dreading it because it's like you have to perform this religious ceremony for these people who are just way too tall and really shouldn't be. You shouldn't be bothered with them. It'd be fine if they were dwarves.
And prior to you jumping on while you were doing audio checks, Kippy did state he would probably be apprehensive about performing this ceremony. So if somebody else is there of another religion, if somebody else wants to come up and perform their ceremony.
Okay.
Because I would never want to put my comrade at
ill at ease. Yeah, that wouldn't be nice. Yeah.
Isn't Yarn like a captain? You can always stuff you guys in a rowboat in the river.
They could just have you guys just anchored out there in the middle of the river with Yarn, which would be hilarious. I'd be so on board for that. Just a raft.
You guys want to commit yourselves to Fortubo?
I was this close to taking my level in Heward, is what I was going to do, and be a cleric bard fighter.
Marry yourself.
Marry yourself.
I like the captain angle, just as long as it's a kind of a thin boat and we all get rocks to throw, and if we could sink the ship before, it's null.
Yeah. There's a difference between a boat and a ship, and there are no ships here.
I like it.
I played K here. K here made no delineation.
Do who?
I played a character named. He was a half ogre named K here.
I've heard of that.
He thought he was an admiral by the end of the game.
He thought he was an admiral.
So that's interesting. Could a submarine captain marry some people?
Only if they're male and female.
Well, not in today's Navy, my friends.
Oh.
So, Brian, I am not wearing the necklace anymore, but I still have it in my possession.
Yes.
When the voice appeared in my head, was it the same kind of feeling?
No,
You know what I mean?
it wasn't that feeling of dread and doom. It was more lighter. It definitely wasn't. It wasn't.
All right.
Yeah. It wasn't that. So do you? So as you are, everybody's getting prepared and everybody's ready. Let's see. So, Kiffy, you are able to finally find someone who was actually almost ordained. Someone who was willing to give it a shot, and so Yeah. But unfortunately, Lily does not have anyone to give her away. And so she is kind of looking through the crowd of people to try to find someone who would be willing to take on such a responsible action.
There you go, Kelly. That's your cue.
Alex raises his hand and would be happy to give the lovely bride away.
Okay. So this is wonderful because as soon as you raise your hand and everybody is like, a big old cheer goes up, they immediately kind of swarm you and start to like polish up your armor for you and like deck you out to make you look like, appropriate.
So probably have already done that for the ceremony, but sure, it makes them happy.
Got a buff shine going on that.
Alex, I got a question for you. When did you start giving people away? Hey, when did you start owning people? I'm not understanding this.
Give it time, and I'll give you away too, Yarn.
Okay.
Brian, I'm going to start the Universal Life Church here in the city of Marydale.
Oh, lovely.
We accept all denominations here at the Universal Life Church. And just like Globo Jim,
Globo Jim.
We're better than you.
Oh man.
Okay. Alrighty. So, is there anything else that anyone else is doing during this festive time? Is there drinking? Yeah, some of you might have already started drinking. It might need to. Yeah. So.
Actually,
well, being a dwarf, I'm pretty much always drinking.
True.
Fact.
I'll go out and I'm going to try to talk to some of the children that are playing and ask them to. Could you go out and find some like wildflowers and pluck them and bring them back to me? I'll give each of you a penny to do so.
Fuck you and your wildflowers.
all right. Well, while you guys go off, Alex is just going to kind of just wander away for a minute.
Okay.
Any of the children up for it?
Oh yeah, no. Kid, you have like a handful of kids, probably 5 or 6. That are more than willing to help you out in this regard, and so they go taking off into the fields to gather these gather flowers and things of that nature. Cool.
Wonderful.
Right. Yeah.
When we return, I'll start braiding and weaving the flowers together for a headdress.
Oh, nice. Yes, very good. Maybe kind of like in the tradition of was it Greek and Russian Orthodox with this? I think they're called Stefana. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, wedding crowns is what they're called. Mm-hmm. Yeah, neat. Yeah.
Get some of the children involved in doing it and teach them and have them kind of put stuff together so that, feel more of a part of the wedding.
Yeah. And so a day or two before, Kiffy had gathered some gold pieces that I guess you all had plundered from the vampires and had actually melted them down and created 2 beautiful wedding rings. So, Kiffy, if there is I would have to look at your character sheet. Because you took that upon yourself to fashion these items, I'd like, if there's a way that you can add a point to that skill or that profession, you should definitely do that.
Okay, I don't even know what that skill is.
That's a really good question, and I really should probably know.
What's he doing? Is it some type of craft? Or?
It's a craft. It is definitely a craft. I just need to find the characters. Let me see what we got here.
I mean, jewel crafting and making of rings is...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be it. But I don't know if there's one that's like actually... I don't think they actually have anything, do they?
It's like related.
Yeah, they don't really have anything that's...
Yeah, I wonder if it's just based off the tools section somehow.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Well, okay.
He's doing it
how about
for a religious ceremony?
How about instead of that, I just give you a point of inspiration that you can use later down the road. I think that's nice. Why not?
And for the record, Glenn, Happy Harry Hard-On is the least part of that sentence that I can say one about the ring.
Okay. All righty.
Okay.
So the wedding isn't actually until noon. So for like I said, the place is bustling. It's crazy. You all are getting ready. Everybody's getting ready. No one's seen the bride. But of course they're not, the groom is definitely not supposed to. And this being one of those type of old-fashioned little farming villages, you probably will not see her until showtime. So as that time arrives, people start to gather in that kind of like pavilion area, just a little bit north of the inn. And it's just absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of happy people. There's a lot of drink going around already. There's food, and people start to take their seats on these benches and everything. And
Kiffy, we can always set the inn on fire.
Yeah, probably a little too late for that.
That's all years leading up to the ceremony, not because he believes in it, but because he thinks it's the right thing to do. Tomas is going to go into the burned out church and basically do that like nightly kind of meditation and ritualistic thing in front of the altar there at the church and reflect on himself.
Okay, so Tomas, you were standing up there. Is there anyone else standing up there as his best man? Nobody's taking it. Like, no.
Well, I wouldn't let him stand up there alone.
Okay, that's good.
Well,
good on you, Kiffy.
Well, we all know what happened last time I was up there.
Oh no. Oh no.
I have a long history of standing next to Ed's characters while they're making bad decisions, so I should do this.
Actually, to be honest, the two best men at my actual wedding to the person I hate most in the world that gave me a son that I adore more than anything are in this at my wedding. So
I like it. That's wonderful.
Actually saw a picture from that.
What's that?
I just saw a picture from that like last week in some of our stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be a great picture because, well, technically James is in the picture, but it's a picture of Joe too, so I dig that.
Cool.
So, don't know if they're coming back. Maybe they're off. And they're in the crowd. They're sitting on the bride side.
Yeah, they're sitting on the bride side. Okay, so the gentleman who volunteered to actually perform the ceremony is standing there next to you, Tomas, and Kiffy, as you all sort of look out into this crowd of people, and it's like I said, the sun is just beaming down. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's literally the most perfect day that you could possibly ask for. On the bride's side, of course, there's only a couple of bridesmaids there, obviously good friends of hers that are waiting. And there is from what you can gather, a lute player somewhere off to the side starts to play the music for the march. And as you,
how's he doing? How's he doing? Is he doing well? As a bard, what I know is he doing well?
He's sitting there like critiquing the hell out of this guy, and it's like, okay,
I'm gonna go over and fix that shit. I'll break out my own lute and start playing over it.
Yeah. Could be worse, Ed. Could be a bunch of kids with recorders.
Yeah, it could be kids with the recorders. And so, no, he's actually doing quite well. Everything sounds like just absolutely perfect. And you're, like I said, once again, scanning the crowd, looking down this aisle that is, you see that there are a handful of kids who are walking down this aisle, down the center aisle. Then they have these flowers and they're just tossing the petals all over the place. And it's just idyllic. And you're just, you're kind of taken with it all. And the entire crowd goes quiet. And in the background, you can hear the quiet hoof beats of a horse. And just as you look up from these children, you see this beautiful blue roan warhorse being led by Pellak. And sitting upon this warhorse is your bride. And she looks absolutely radiant in her white gown and her crown of flowers. And yes.
What's the approximate value of the warhorse?
Yeah, being that this horse is kind of tied to Pellak in a
it's his horse.
Kind of a it's in a kind of
it's his horse. I thought maybe she was bringing a dowry, like a.
No.
I was like, oh shit, I'm coming into money. Fuck yeah.
No. And so the horse and Pellak bring Lily down to you. She slides from the saddle, helped down by Pellak. And Pellak, do you lead the horse off to the side or off to a different location?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll lead it off.
Okay, and so she. I'm sorry.
It's well
behaved. Sounding like the Korean wedding in MASH.
Okay, I don't know. And so you all she steps on up the couple of steps to where you're both of you now are facing each other. With the young priest off to the side, off directly behind you, or in between both of you, but a little bit further back. And he says, in a very, very professional and booming voice, he says, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate Lily and Thomas as they come together to unite in holy matrimony. With feelings of elation and joy, we prepare to bear witness to this sacred ceremony. Before the gods, we recognize the special bond shared by these two wonderful individuals. The adoration for one another is palpable, as is truly worthy of appreciation. We are particularly blessed to have friends and family in attendance today. The bride and groom would like to extend their thanks to all of you for your presence, and this makes the ceremony even more meaningful." And so he continues on with this, with the ceremony, and it of course, he gets to who gives this bride away, and then Pellak says,
"Oh,
yeah,
I do."
Okay.
I give this lovely right away. Yep.
Yeah. And of course the priest, nods his head in acknowledgement. And so he continues, if there is anyone who believes that Lily and Thomas should not be wed, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Right when Russ jumps back in.
Looking like he's about ready to say something.
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, and so we don't have to go through the entire ceremony, but so yes, after the exchange of vows, the promise is made, and the exchanging of rings, he announces to the congregation. It said, by the power bestowed upon me, I now pronounce Lily and Thomas wife and husband, lawfully wedded today before the gods. And he says, Tomas, you may kiss your bride.
Tomas lifts off her veil or whatever.
Yep.
And promptly gives her a really brief kiss, holds up her hands, kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
To the cheers and adorations of the crowd, does the wave, just realizing I probably put the kiss of death on her like Princess Diana. So.
You're gonna have a 2-car horse wreck somewhere down the road in a tunnel. Be like, shit, that sucks. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that was lovely. So yeah, as you proceed to walk down the aisle, back out in, towards, people are standing and clapping. Everybody is cheering you. Kiffy brings up the back there with the bridesmaids. One of the bridesmaids is holding the train of Lily's dress. And you all, I guess, proceed over to the tavern where you're going to take. Is this where the reception is going to be and all the festivities, or are you guys going to just pretty much
keep costs under control?
Okay, keep costs under control. Wow, always the businessman. All right, oh, that's great. Beautiful.
So now he's married. I assume we go through the nobody killed everybody at the wedding, so that's always a positive thing.
Yeah, no one was stabbed to death or caught on fire. That was nice.
Yeah.
Day ain't over yet.
Oh, that's right. The reception could get out of hand.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be a reception without getting out of hand, right?
The thatch on that head has got to go.
Actually, at some point, residence will be the mayor's house, then, correct?
As long as she holds office.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes with the office, so yeah.
Fair.
Eventually they'll toss her out after she becomes a dictator. Tyrant.
Marie Antoinette, here we go.
She's got
Off with the head.
she's got her political enemies like on pikes, like up front of the mayor's office. It's like shit.
We can make that happen.
Wait a minute. They called her a man-eater. She's actually kind of turning me on now. So I'm like, what? You're right. So we go through the process.
Oh yeah.
I've not heard it ever called that before.
Is that what you call it?
Well, I could say everybody's doing a brand new dance now.
Oh Lord. Yeah, so as we fade to black on that. Fade to black.
Quickly.
Or in the old style tradition of like people, you have to have witnesses actually watch the consummation. just to make sure that it
Yeah,
actually was
well,
real.
yeah, that shit ain't real. This is I'm from the yeomanry. Get the fuck out. So
Yeah, they don't they don't bang and tell. This is
I'm thinking like I'm Tom Hung from American Idol. She banged.
God.
Tomas?
Yeah.
Somewhere during the afternoon before running off to I would like to talk with you about a very delicate subject.
Who are you talking to?
Tomas.
Oh,
Before we consummate or after?
Do you know what you're?
I need it before.
Do you know what you're doing?
Sure.
Should you truly consummate this, and should she truly be a maiden, I ask one boon for setting this in motion
Prima
and making it happen.
Sorry.
I would like the sheet.
Oh boy.
Dude, there's not often that somebody says something more fucked up than I do, so.
Oh Lord.
The pigments made from this, the latent power and the consummation of a wedding from a true maiden.
Sounds like witchcraft.
all right. We need to move along.
This line of questioning is getting very uncomfortable.
Tom says, done, and walks away.
Oh boy.
Good enough.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Did anybody ever give Tomas the talk? Does he know what the hell he's supposed to be doing?
I don't know, man. It's
You
kind
gonna
of.
try and take my maiden head too?
He's just going to walk in and ask where's the sheet.
All right. Deal.
Oh boy.
Got you covered.
Okay. Alrighty, so yeah, people are heading over to the tavern. It's a big to do. People are dancing. You're dancing. Everybody's having a really, really good time. A lot of drink flowing. A lot of people, very super happy people. And yeah, and so probably after about like 3 or 4 hours of all this carousing and having way too much fun, Lily looks over at you and sort of gives you this sly smile and kind of beckons you like so, and whispers in your ear that she kind of feels a little tired and wants to leave, but she gives you like this knowing wink, which you kind of got this idea. It's like, oh, okay.
All right, guys, gotta go.
Yeah, so
this could mean I've been to weddings. This could be where they draw us out on the dance floor and we all dance to "Baby Got Back."
no, no.
Yeah, okay.
So
we leave.
Ed, I run a respectable game here, man. You're
You got the wrong people for that.
I think we're past that.
I was going to say, we're 21 game sessions in. I think that
was ruined. That was ruined a long time ago.
That ship sailed.
Either that or you're just really slow.
So Tomas and Lily leave to the fanfare.
Yeah.
I did have one other letter that I sent, Brian, so I sent you a DM for that just now.
Oh, okay.
Not in Princess of Celene, but the other chat.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Because if I leave it right now and go look at it, it's going to mess all the cameras up.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so it's like,
It's a point of reference.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. And so, yeah, you all walk across the bridge over to the mayor's, the mansion, and settle in. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start a tradition in the town. When a new couple is married, they walk across the bridge. And they're always welcome in a spare room in the mayor's house so they can enjoy grandeur on their first night.
Wow. That's very magnanimous of you.
Kind of creepy.
Well, my wife's married,
Of course, there's like,
so
of course, there's like secret peepholes and stuff in the room. Little did they know. Little did they know. Oh. Welcome to your. This is your Airbnb from hell.
Guys, we've spent an hour on this. Can we move on, please?
I have one more joke. Instead of prima nocta, I get prima porno. Anyway.
Oh Lord. Okay. So very good.
All right, we're rolling.
Okay, so while the rest of you guys are oblivious to them leaving, some of you saw them leave, some of you didn't. People are kind of going in and out. It's kind of a thing. Grenna, you were kind of sitting around, just kind of taking in all the people, when Bubbles kind of walks up next to you, as you're sitting there at one of those long tables in the inn, and kind of nudges you.
She's sitting at the table like this?
Yeah. Well, you're sitting on the table. I mean, you don't want to be like, I mean, you're a hero, so you have to have some place of prominence. So he nudges up against you, and then he kind of looks to the door.
Okay.
He's not making that that sound like he was when the vampires came. It just seems like he's interested in going outside.
Gotta go potty.
Okay.
Outside we go.
Okay, so you guys step outside and into the yard outside of the inn, and he just kind of walks over to the lake, takes a real quick drink, and then turns back towards you, and you are kind of caught off guard because he opens his mouth and he says, "You do know that you're cursed, right?"
For first words, those are some hell of a ones.
Oh, your language development has been rather abrupt.
Yeah. Actually, I was gifted this just recently.
Care to explain?
Well, I would love to. So, first of all, we need to make something clear. I am not a coward. This little situation that we had in the cave with the vampires, that is part of the curse. The dryad princess that you refused her favor had kept me from actually fighting on your behalf until I was able to break through her compulsion. I am not a coward.
Okay.
He says, you need to make this right, because unfortunately, this curse that you have been afflicted with is not only set upon you, but all of us.
Okay. Who set the curse?
The dryad princess that you refused to take the favor from. She asked you to take the seeds. You refused, and they don't like to be told no.
I understand that, but I would no sooner go plant trees in somebody else's house than I would go into hers and plant trees of somewhere else.
Okay.
Without.
He says, Grenna, you don't have to explain to me. I completely understand. I do, really. But the Fae are very, very strange. They can also be very petty. And obviously, by rejecting this dryad princess, and she was royalty, you kind of put us in a precarious spot. And he says, oh, and don't worry, no one else can understand what I'm telling you. To them, I'm just making little barking noises. This is just for you. Arf, arf,
So
arf.
make it right with her if I'm not going to take seeds without permission from the Fae from our area.
Well, that is something you're going to have to take up with one of the Fae courts.
Yeah. What exactly is this curse? Do you know? Other than I can hear you.
It's one of these types of curses where it will affect the abilities of us. Sometimes it may be a combat ability. Sometimes it may be a skill ability. But it is upon us, unfortunately.
Great. All right. Well, we'll deal with this in the morning.
He looks over at, he looks back and he says, "Oh, and by the way, thank you for being a really good master. I couldn't have asked for someone better." And he just kind of nuzzles up against you, one last time. And he says, "In the future, anytime that you're in combat, I will be by your side at all times, unless that curse is upon me."
Or I do something stupid and you drag me to safety.
Okay, I suppose.
I would hope.
Yeah, of course. And so he says, "Well, when we go back in, is there any way I could get some ale?"
Really, what kind would you like?
I like the dark stuff. Cool. So yeah, he just trots back over to the door and kind of just waits for you to open it up for him. He just kind of gives you that look, and you just open the door for him, and he just trots right on back in.
Then. I'll go get him his ale, and then... Are there any sober people in our group?
That's a really good question. Most likely about the... I'm going to say that... I'm going to hope that most of them have been keeping their wits about them just because the nature of the situation.
You're not even...
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, Tomas, you're kind of like...
busy.
Yeah, you're... I was about ready to say something, but I can't. I can't do it. Yeah, so... yeah, I'm going...
Tables in a microphone.
Yeah. He's...
Oh, I get advantage against poison.
Say it again, Mike.
I get
Self-inflicted.
advantage against poison.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's worse.
That's worse. Oh my lord. Okay, so Kiffy has drank himself blind. He found some dwarven stout that had probably been sitting in, because no one here drinks it, and it's been sitting in the basement for like who knows how long, and he just taps the hell out of it and gets destroyed.
That would be true to character.
Pellak has a nice buzz going. Not that something that would actually impair him too badly.
Give it time.
I'm not worried about Kiffy. Let's see, Timble. You also have a really nice buzz going, but you're kind of keeping an eye. You're more interested in people watching than are drinking.
Yeah, I'm practicing the art of looking like I'm drinking more than I am.
Yeah. Okay. Which is good. That's really cool. Grinna, did you want to take a roll on the Constitution? Your Constitution check.
Well, given that I'm not much of a drinker.
Well, I mean, it is okay. So Grinna has had a few.
She was talking to her dog.
She's not. Yeah, she's not as
The dog
as
was busy
she,
drinking her
she's
under
not
the table.
she's not as destroyed as Kiffy is. But anybody who was like looking out of the window and saw her talking to her dog believes that she is completely ripped out of her mind. So. Yeah, I mean, that's just there's no so there's really no reason to doubt that she is not under the influence of some sort of impairing libation. Okay. So very good. So the rest of the evening goes on and some of you guys break away and go do other things. I mean, you get kind of tired of it. Kiffy kind of passes out at the bar. You know, he still has his hand on the stein of ale. It's just kind of like it's full, so it's just kind of holding his hand in place. The rest of you guys are kind of chilling out and stuff. And by the time nightfall comes, a lot of people are already left. You do have some people who stayed behind and cleaned up, which was really kind of nice of them. But there were some people who were like so bad off that they had to be like dragged out onto the grass so they didn't vomit all over the place. Parties from my youth. I was in the army.
Sadly, we all know this.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, you all know. So, So, Tomas, you spend a very memorable evening with your bride. I'm not about ready to ask for skill checks, because I just don't even know where to go with that. We're just going to say...
Just let it roll.
We'll
Let it roll.
Would that be animal handling?
Wow. Just not
Sorry,
This-
couldn't resist that.
Back.
chose evil instead of good.
Yeah,
I'm trying to move it forward, and you're trying to drag it down into the cesspool pool that you reside. I love
Ooh.
that.
Ouch.
yes, neighbor.
That was harsh. That was harsh. Yes,
You'll refer to me as yes, Mr. First Husband.
Yes, Mr. First.
Oh, I have a new title, First Husband,
There you
to
go.
the city of Marydale,
Yeah.
the hamlet of Marydale.
Yeah.
And
Well,
here
that would
we
imply-
couldn't be any more of a twat.
That would also imply that there's a second and a third husband.
Don't start with me, right? You know, there's jokes that are off limits, and I'm not allowed to go there.
Okay. I stand confused. But okay, fine. Yeah, we can.
In the last gaming session, though, that is a great question. So, did I tell everybody that I reached out and I spoke to Toby?
I don't think you said anything
No.
about that.
No.
So that's something Pellak's also wanted to mention about the beginning of the cave situations. I don't think the other characters understood what I was trying to get at.
And I have a lot I got to tell people.
Okay, so
Okay.
how about we do this? Let's go ahead and close out this scene of the wedding and everything. And so we'll go to the next day. You guys meet at the tavern for breakfast. Just you guys, just the crew, just the group. And yeah, so you all are sitting there around one of the large round tables, consuming eggs, bacon, biscuits, and gravy. I don't know if you guys are into that. It's a southern thing.
I love biscuits.
It's a
That's
southern-
the one thing I spoke with. It's a biscuits and gravy and beer bar. Old
Is
97.
that what it is? Biscuits, gravy, and beer. Damn, what a combo. Okay.
A lot of marketing.
Okay.
So as Tomas is shoveling bacon and biscuits and gravy in his mouth, he's like, yeah, by the way, I put on the necklace and I called out Toby. Told him I'm going to meet him in the town of Estiven. I'm wearing his bitch's armor. I suggest we go there.
Where are we going?
The town of Estiven.
Well, I'm thinking we probably need to go back to the cave where Nazgul was.
They already burnt all that stuff, so that treasure's long gone or picked over by now. He's coming. You guys know him. I don't, but I called him out, and I'm wearing that armor. I'm going to go there and I'm going to trick this stuff out. It's going to be looking good armor. So,
Did Toby say he was at Istavan?
no, I told him where I was going to go to Istavan because I wanted to get as far away from here so the populace are not targeted.
So you have the necklace?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Yes, he
In my
kept it off.
pocket.
He kept it once he took it off me after the beginning at the cave.
Hmm.
I tried to warn you guys before we go in that Toby had a connection to these fiends, but I guess my my charades works is not very good.
Yeah, and Toby's been haunting my dreams.
So I feel this minion from your past. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, I think I lifted it off of you, Albert.
Huh?
Hey,
You didn't lift it
let her
up.
talk. Hey, let her talk. She ain't done yet.
No.
Shut the hell
Sorry, I
up.
can't hear.
And Mabe, however you want to pronounce it,
The Queen of Air and Darkness.
yes, has entrusted me with something that we need to keep from Toby. So going into Toby's clutches right now would probably not be in our best interest. And just for shits and giggles, I insulted a dryad princess, and we are now all cursed.
Oh,
Man.
well, it's par for the course.
Here, let's have some biscuits and gravy.
Let's eat
Brian,
Yes.
is this table, are we all fairly close together in this table?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pull out an obsidian orb.
Okay.
I think the one you know I'm talking about, and
Yep.
I will dash it on the ground.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is going to be fun, kids. So, all of a sudden, everybody's bowls and spoons and everything that you had on the table, including the table itself, is sucked into a portal. There's a portal in the floor, and Timble just opened it.
Why did you do that?
And we're all sucked into it.
No, you guys push yourselves back in time to see this thing just totally swallow up your breakfast and the table and the floor.
I'm to roll
What in
initiative.
the Arch Paladin are you doing, Timble?
Initiative.
Initiative?
Roll initiative?
No. Why?
Why did you create this
This,
portal?
drag at
this
least
is-
one
this is-
individual
this
into
is-
the.
I can't hear a single word he's saying.
Oh.
I need to drag at least one individual into the portal.
Why?
I'm actually got initiative. I'm attempting to push Tomas into the portal.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so Tomas also roll initiative.
But also, prior to that, you were to
Why?
have a surprise round. I actually threw up there a dexterity check just in case I was going to be required for one, and I failed.
Yeah. Okay,
What did he-
so Temple, I need you to make an unarmed attack to push. Oh, this is great. Oh shit! Jesus Christ!
So is that a strength check?
That's an unarmed attack. To push. and Tomas rolled a 7 on a dexterity save. So, okay. So,
I will be going with him.
okay. So you see,
really?
so Tomas.
Wait,
Okay, go ahead.
is he not going with me? Because do I get a? Who won the initiative?
He did.
Okay, do I get a attack of opportunities? I'm leaving, grabbing, pulling with me.
I'm going with you.
He's actually,
You got a football.
yeah, he's actually following you in. He's like, what? And he just keeps going with you.
Okay.
Okay, so
And Kellic dash after them. I'm trying. I don't know what's going on, so I'm trying to save Temple
Time.
or
Yeah, we need a timeout. and
Okay.
get Pablo in the initiative order.
Let me finish.
All right. Question.
Let me finish.
Is this a surprise? He bashes the orb,
yeah,
which is going to cause us to react. Then he unarmed strikes Moflap.
yeah, Tomas.
Okay? All right. Where in there is a possibility for us to have an action?
Roll initiatives.
That's what I'm getting at.
So
All right.
to counter this, I threw it because he bashed it, and I'm assuming he was trying to bash to take me in. Yeah. I made it dexterity. I failed, so I'm kind of like teetering on the edge, and he kind of goes dink and pushes me the rest of the way. It's kind
Yes.
of like,
No,
Okay, so
I see it more as a linebacker trying to take out the quarterback. I'm hitting you and going in with you.
yeah, he's literally just.
yeah, but if you go in at full throttle, will you be able to pull out in time?
Probably not. I kind of enjoy this.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to pull out. He's looking for this. So, okay, so, Kellex, did you also roll initiative as well? Okay, cool. Alrighty, so it looks as though Timble, what'd you end up getting on your? Okay, you got a 21 initiative. Yeah, there's really not much that could be done to save either of them. And yeah, you guys go flying down. Where's Kiffy? Kiffy got a natural 20. Damn, Kiffy.
Ooh, go Kiffy. Go
Okay.
Kiffy.
Okay, so Kiffy, make a dexterity save.
Just so you know, Kiffy has no plans.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Kiffy goes with him.
Kiffy goes in. Yeah. So okay, picture if you will. The portal opens. Everything disappears in front of you in this swirling vortex on the floor. Temple pushes Tomas in. Kippy reaches out to try to grab one of them, but fails miserably in the attempt, and ends up falling in behind the other two. So now Timble's gone, Tomas is gone, and Kippy goes wah! Right behind them into this portal. As you all are standing there, like going, why?
Is there anybody serving drinks?
Yeah. I mean, there are people serving drinks, but they're also kind of scared to death of what just happened because they think people are falling in this hole, and it's.
They're scared to death. They had vampires taking over the town.
Well, they fled. Remember?
Yeah, well, true. Good point.
And they didn't know they were
Brian,
vampires.
can I do like an Arcana check just to see if I recognize what exactly happened?
What happened?
Well, I mean, you understand what you're seeing. You do remember Timble bringing out this obsidian orb and smashing it on the table. Everybody was like, "Hey, look at me!" And then it's like, "Oh shit!" Why? Why did he do that? But remember, this is also the same guy who drank acid. So
Obviously, there was some brain damage from
there's
that.
some brain damage.
I had forgotten that.
That was a beautiful day, kids. Okay,
Where
so
are we now?
Anyone else ready to come through?
Great. What are we gonna do? Destroying vortex of death?
I guess I'm a little stunned. I don't know.
Come on, Kellex, jump in.
Did it close behind us?
No, it's still open, but you have a feeling that it's
Let's
going to
go.
be closing shortly.
Let's
I'm
go.
jumping in.
We gotta go save the day.
Okay. Well, interesting.
We didn't split the party.
Okay.
Look, the
What about you, Kiffy? What are you doing?
I didn't tell you guys.
This is when we tried to not split the party.
Yeah.
Okay, so we jumped through this black portal hole thingy.
Yes. Okay, so yes. So the first three people end up going through, and you land extremely hard on this. It seems to be a wooden floor. Well, yeah, there's the table, and like you're now covered with biscuits and gravy, and bacon bits and sausage patties are flying everywhere, and this table the table is absolutely ruined. Of course. Let's see how this plays out. Yeah, each of you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage upon impact. So you're laying there as your comrades now come flying through this portal and land upon you. Damn. So yeah, everybody takes 4 points damage. Jeez. And
Acrobatics?
no. No. Not with the way you crazy people. Okay, and so yes.
Survival.
If you'll look, I did a sleight of hand. I'm attempting to go through Tomas's pockets for the necklace.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, sleight of hand, 14. We're just waiting for Tomas to get back. I have to remind everybody, it's like, don't kill your camera, because now Timble is the dungeon master.
Yes.
And I'm Tomas. Damn. What a nightmare that is. What a nightmare. Okay, so yeah, you all land in this room. It is dark. So if you do not have low light vision or dark vision, all you do is land extremely hard and are like, oh, that hurt a lot. Why? And as you're covered in biscuits and gravy and other assorted breakfast items like ale, beer, wine.
And shortly covered in sorcerer, paladin, and ranger.
Right. Yeah. So for those people who can actually see, you can see that this is a round room. There is a staircase that is off to the side. And as soon as your eyes can adjust, you see that there is this extremely large, looks to be some sort of humanoid creature standing in the corner. And as you move, you see that its eyes start to glow with this brilliant yellow light. And yeah, you're kind of like, uh-oh, this looks bad. Uh-huh.
Light.
Okay, so yeah, you cast light, and you now see that you are standing in a summoning circle.
What the hell?
And from what you can gather, there's a peaked roof above you, sort of a round peaked roof. You can see that there's arcane symbols like etched into the floor and the ceiling and the walls, and it's like it. And as soon as these glowing yellow eyes flash on, you also see that these runes and things, these arcane markings, start to also glow, which illuminates the room. And you can see that this is some sort of, it's kind of like a combination of a workshop, but also a teleportation ring that you have been brought through to.
When I
so-
get out of it.
Does it look similar to the one that we took when the I can't think of his name, the
yes.
mage sent us out?
Yep. Yeah, it's very similar, but the room is not the same. This is not the same room at all. You also see that there is a copious amounts of bones. There's some skulls. You see that there's like parts that may have been mummified that are just kind of strewn around on work tables. You see a lot of skeletal items, like things that are just kind of piled up here and there. Yes, Tomas?
So Tomas, as he's looking at this, does it appear that the creature is being contained within the summoning circle?
No, you guys are in the summoning circle. It's outside. And
Can we get up? I try to step over the summoning circle.
as soon as you do, the strange creature makes to move towards you. Arcade knowledge check for those people who have that.
I'm thinking golem.
Yeah. That would be a really, really good, yeah. So, yeah, as I'm looking at here, Yarn, Tomas, yeah, Grenna, you guys are looking at this thing going, oh no, this is a golem, and it's...
Leave everything alone.
Yeah, it's a golem.
We need to get that stone from Tomas.
Now look, you've lost all credit you had. You attacked a party member. You shut the hell up.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
What
Who
kind of
sent
golem
you?
is it?
And
So
just
sorry that I had to leave, but I had to get me another beer.
We need to
So
get
has-
that
has
away
Temple
from
already
him.
explained why we were here? Why he had-
No,
What kind of golem?
not at
What kind
all.
of golem? What kind of golem?
From what you
So,
gather, it is
Let's
a
look at Timble and ask him to explain himself.
it's a clay golem. Yeah, it's made of clay.
Ooh.
hey,
Yeah,
nobody touch a thing. Symbol.
But this is a great place for me.
Kellex is asking Timble to explain himself.
What are you doing and why are we here?
Because I do believe the greatest threat to us and the world at large is our previous group member. He's growing stronger and stronger, and I point to Tomas, has the necklace and is speaking to him, inviting him places. There are things that are going on that are over our head.
So where are you?
And I have brought us back to, at least I believe, Lady Raven.
And just as you
Back in Pellak.
yeah, and just as you say just as you say those words, you hear the familiar, soothing voice of Raven. Just comes up the staircase, and she shouts over towards the golem and says, "Tiny, return to your spot. They're friends." And so
You guys are
the golem backs up against the wall, and immediately the lights go out in the golem, and she brings forth she casts light on the end of the staff that she's carrying, and now it illuminates the room and all of you. And she looks and says, "Wow, what are you covered in?"
Gravy.
And she kind of walks over to Kellex and just kind of runs one of her fingers down the side of his armor and licks it and goes, That's like really good gravy. Why are you covered in gravy? This
Tomas reaches in his pouch, takes out a piece of parchment, and writes her a coupon for 1 free biscuits and gravy at the old 97.
she takes it and looks at it and says, "Oh, okay, thank you. And she folds it up and kind of puts it in her robe, and she says,
He tells her
I'll try to take
that
you
has
up
no
on that.
monetary value.
Where are we?
Okay. She says,
Where are we?
well, you are actually in my tower. You are outside of Pellak. Welcome back.
Okay.
I was expecting you to be covered in viscera and blood from your enemies, not biscuits and gravy.
This was our enemies.
Was this like biscuit?
Nostril.
This gravy was our enemies.
Gravy is the blood of our enemies.
No. You take your enemies, you reduce them to gravy.
And then eat them.
Of course. That way you take their essence into yourself. And
so, yeah, she says, let's get you guys downstairs and get cleaned up a little bit.
yeah, she's not going for it.
No. So, yeah, she leads you guys to the staircase and leads you down into a couple of more floors, and you can see that this is a very nice tower. It's pretty well appointed. It's got very nice. It's got couches. It's got a library that is pretty impressive. And she finally gets you down to the bottom floor where there are you see that there is a skeleton that is moving around, kind of just like sweeping the floor and tidying up. And she just says, Mortimer, will you fetch some water for our guests? And the skeleton doesn't even it doesn't acknowledge or anything. It just turns immediately and walks out. And a few moments after she gathers some towels and things, and he brings back 2 pails of water and puts them down in front of you. And she just says, Mortimer, that will be all. You can go do something else. And the skeleton just shuffles off out into this little courtyard beyond the tower. And so you all like have these towels and washcloths and things, and are sort of sponging off and getting the gravy out of your hair and and other places. And so finally you're looking a little bit more dapper than you were 20 minutes before.
Oh, wait, was Temple successful in his sleight of hand against the homicide?
Let's see. He rolled
Badly.
Yeah, you didn't roll too good, but I remember you rolled
14.
14. Okay, so that means I need a perception check from Tomas.
Even though I know we've moved beyond that.
No, you're good. No, it was a good call.
Thank you for reminding me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got this thing like literally tucked up under something. I don't know what. You didn't find it. You didn't find it. If you did, it would have been a war crime.
Natural 20.
Yeah, it's like good
Natural
luck
20 for what?
for perception.
Just perception.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. There's
When
no
you
way.
reached down there, I kind of squirmed a little bit and shifted it a little bit to the left. You never found it.
Sorry, I'm having flashbacks of Tivoli Park and Kilt.
Well, that's a whole different side story.
There's not enough alcohol for that story.
That was a side adventure.
Probably not. Not on camera.
Nope.
No, not on camera. Nice. Okay, cool. So, she once everybody is cleaned up sufficiently, you all return upstairs to kind of like the parlor area, and she pours drinks for everyone. She doesn't have ale or anything, but she does have a fine wine selection. So she, gives you guys a little bit little bit of wine and sets you down, and she says, "So, I'm surprised that you're here. I'm glad you're here. Are everyone?
Not the only one.
Everyone's okay though, right? Wait, you're missing some people. Where's your dog?
She brought the dog.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, come on, bub.
Oh, you did say? Okay, so okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so there's your dog. So, but
Tomas says, "Excuse me, Lady Raven, but is the portal still active back there? That might, or could you possibly close it so it's not?"
oh no, it's already closed. Don't worry.
Good.
Where were you when you opened this portal? That
Sitting around a table eating breakfast where we were informed by Tomas that a necklace we had come across was being used to speak to Toby. And I wanted to get that necklace back to you as quick as possible because I fear this threat of Toby. Apparently, he plans on meeting Toby in Istavan.
Yep, I planned on bringing him out and fighting him there on a field of battle away from my family and the town we just rescued from them.
Which he will not do.
Why?
Why would he meet you in the field of battle when he
Because
can
I
use
called him
cat paws to move you around?
Yeah, I get that, but it's away from home. It doesn't mean it's a field of battle. It could be anywhere. I just want to get him into an area.
First time. What makes you think we can beat him the second time without the proper tools, you moron?
Because I wasn't there the first time.
He's right.
case in point.
I'm sure we talked about it around the boat ride.
Wait, what did you say?
I think that we've talked about Toby before. I mean, for us, it would be kind of common to talk about, and we did have this long ass boat ride, so there is a good potential. You know our war stories, if you will.
Tomas takes out his dagger and hands it to Kippy and says, "Kippy, if you think I've betrayed the party, put it right there."
Oh, jeez. Don't be so dramatic.
Let me have it. Let me have it. Let me have it.
Dumbass.
There's a reason I didn't give it to you.
Nobody said that you betrayed the party, but you could be compromised. That he can track. He knows where we're at. I'm sure of it.
Exactly. That's why I'm intentionally wearing this armor. He can still. I said his
That's
bitch's
fine.
armor.
I'm glad you think you can take him. He went from being a little dork playing with his monorail to
Come
now
out.
commanding a scourge of vampires.
Time out.
Could be out of our league now.
Let me finish.
Time out. Grenna wants to talk. Damn it.
That necklace is not the only thing he can track. He can track me. And the curse stop! I'm not done. And the curse that I have affects all of our abilities and will affect them more and more over time. And you just took us away from the place where I could have fixed or tried to have fixed the curse.
Okay, crucify him.
Just saying.
It didn't break.
By the way, we need to go to the temple.
What temple?
The temple where we put the pieces of Toby.
That was Heronius? Yeah,
You're not
Yes.
there?
that was Heronius. We took it to the temple. Hey, Pellak. We need the Toby parts.
So
No.
I got a question.
Why do we?
I'm assuming the party did not know about this orb that Timble had. He kept it to himself. Yes.
Yes, I believe so.
That is true.
Kellex has been pretty much quiet during this whole conversation and just kind of looking at Timble.
Yeah, you're not really too sure when Timble came upon this wondrous item that he used, but yeah. So, so Raven is taking this all in, and she says, "Would it be possible that I could see the amulet?"
Oh, was that to me? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she just looks at you like,
Over and
yes.
snap the head.
So we do have a quandary here. I'm playing this right now with the only gear I have on me is my armor, my sword, and my dagger. Like I would be walking around. I don't think I'd be carrying my backpack with all my stashed survivor gear. I'm not knowing if I would have it with me. This is a legit concern. I'm going to give myself a 30% chance of having it with me.
Okay.
You said you had it in your pocket.
Huh?
You did say
that was earlier. Yeah, but I would have had, because guess what? I just had my wedding night. I would have unpacked and kind of moved in.
You said you had it on you at the table. That's what caused me to react.
Well,
He's
I
right.
say a lot of shit. I
Right.
say a lot of shit.
has no-
32, yes!
Okay, so there was a 30% chance that you did have it.
I was going to say, actually, I would have probably said a 33%. And anybody that knows me, I'm a 33 at heart. I would have said 33%. But you take it as you will.
Yeah,
I've got it.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you kind of look sheepishly around and go, I don't have it. Oh my god, this is like freaking hilarious.
And now my wife and the town is in danger again, where I had a plan to drag him away. Send us back. He says to Raven. He's not even bullshit. He stands up to Raven and says, send us back.
Toby doesn't care about the amulet that you have, you moron.
He can track to it.
It's just for talking.
We don't know that. I bet he might be able to do other things. We don't know that.
Yeah, so
But
Raven,
I do know that it's
He
connected
gave
to
it to the
him.
vampires, and he was using it for the vampires. He knows where the vampires are.
Right.
So,
And little Toby commanding a scourge of vampires, that's a big leap in his power.
Out of character, I don't think it would be, because once you start adding levels to vampirism, it does get out of control pretty quickly. You add character levels. Remember when I used to DM and I'd run I'd always add a level of barbarian to fuck with the party. I'd add a level of barbarian to every monster you guys would fight. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Add a level to a vampire, he's out of control.
everything rages.
Everything rages, exactly.
Everything.
And they all had monkey grip. They all had monkey grip, so you could use two-handed weapons at once.
Oh Lord.
that's a little disturbing.
Okay, so
Can you continue
Yeah.
informing us of your situation, all of it, so that we can consider that?
I'd like to say something here, real briefly. Are we a group? Are we a group that trusts one another, relies on one another, or are we a bunch of individuals that are out for ourselves? And the reason I'm asking this is there seems to be a lot of hiding shit from other people at the party.
Kellex agrees.
This is, if we're going to be a group, we need to be a group and be forthcoming and volunteering information. Now, the only thing I've done without any of y'all's knowledge is sent weird shit into Ed's head by the cantrip method.
Are you talking as yarn or as Russ?
This is yarn. This is yarn.
Yeah, so as Tomas looks at him and says, I'm with this party. I'm not against this party.
No, but you are showing us that you're not of this party. What you're doing is by hiding these things, you and Timble, no one else, and you, Grenna, you as well.
But that.
Hush, I'm talking. Y'all have been hiding stuff from the rest of us. Kiffy's not hidden anything. Kellex has not hidden anything. And the only thing I've done was fuck with Thomas.
Well, to be fair.
So should I ask you the contents of the letter that you received?
Which letter? The one from my family?
Mm-hmm.
It was just family crap. You're welcome to read it. You're welcome to read it if you'd like.
The point is we all have a little something going on in our lives that is not directed with the party. I don't do things that are against the party, except for in this case, I thought we were in real danger. He wanted to meet Toby.
Actually,
in a specific place.
I think I said I wanted to call Toby out and getting away from this area.
Okay. Regardless.
That's semantics.
Timble.
You didn't fight him before. I'm trying to protect us and everyone because I really do think Toby's a threat. This is
you and I think a lot alike. However, stealing parts of Toby, hiding it away for pigments, not being forthcoming with your skills. You know, that now I get it. That's your life, and that's fine. But when you start doing shit that affects the party, then you should probably let us know ahead of time instead of smashing the orb on the table so that we all have to jump into the portal and go somewhere else covered in gravy.
I'm not precognizant.
And to be
I
fair,
can't tell you about all the threats. But I do. I've done everything I can to help everyone here. I think my actions speak.
I believe Toby has set a cancer amongst the party of not trusting. I haven't gone through the happiest evening of my life.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
I wanted to make sure the record was straight so everybody knew why we had to leave immediately. Unfortunately, before I could get 2 words out of my mouth, because of your paranoia, he smashes, and I get it. I think we all agree that Toby is the ultimate villain. And I'm on board with eliminating Toby. If Kiffy communed with his God and didn't believe it, I welcome him. I trust Fortubo. I almost had Fortubo officiate at my wedding. He could plant the dagger through my heart now if I'm lying.
I think Kellex is going to be kind of the sort of the voice of reason. He understands we probably have all done things that we regretted, and we've done stuff that we probably shouldn't have done, even himself. However, he would ask that this group, if we are to, in the end, meet our foe, we need to work together and trust each other. Yeah, I made you all quiet. Yes.
Well, to be fair, there was not really an opportunity for me to tell everybody because we immediately went into hero mode. And anytime I do try to talk, you guys all talk over me.
Yeah, I know that
By the
feeling.
way, Brenna, I'm just going to put out there, here's the problem. Because you're talking through one microphone, I don't see you lit up when you're talking. So, because you go through Russ's microphone for your audio, I don't see it. I look over, I look at Russ, I don't think he's talking. So that's my apology. I'm sorry.
It's not just you. It's all of you.
Yeah.
Including Ryan. No character.
Brenna, could you maybe just raise your hand? You know, wave around, slap Russ on the back of the head, then we'll know you want something.
I vote for hitting Russ. Every time Brenna wants to talk, she has to hit Russ.
Can I use the frying pan?
No.
Ow. Ow.
I'll tell that story after we're done.
It's our favorite story before me.
Okay, so round table. Are we going to continue as a group? Or are we going to start volunteering information?
I think in character, I'm all aboard with continuing as a group. I think we have personal lives, as was stated earlier, so I don't feel I need to share my personal correspondence throughout the world with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And Kellex will agree, and then he kind of looks at Timble, said, "I understand you have another job. I don't know what to call it,
I
or something
have
like that.
sworn allegiance
However,
to someone else. So
please,
that
but if it
limits my
involves
ability
this-
to
but if
give.
whatever it is involves this group, I ask that you at least to share it with us. You don't have to give anything away that's going to compromise your allegiance to the others. Just be honest with us." And
Kippy.
I can concur with that, but there's a point where some of this stuff, it's not a group decision. There are things I have to do. So, in
you
that,
don't think the group would agree or trust your decision?
no, I without a doubt.
So
And
what you're saying is you're okay with the group up to a point, and then at that point you're going off on your own to do whatever you need
if
to
I
do.
had my druthers, if I was unaligned, I would most certainly love to be 100% with you guys. We fought and we have bled together.
Okay.
But
What exactly?
I have other things that I have to be on point about. And
Okay.
I am aligned with, and I have told you before, because we are carrying a package for the Marquis in Istvan. Hate her. But Lady Ilya.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I work for.
What does that mean? What do you do for her?
I see things and I report things. Sometimes I'm given tasks to do more than report. Such as we're carrying stuff to, official attaché, if you will. But I'm 99% of the time I'm with you. It's just that there are times like this when I honestly think things are over our head, and I'm just trying to get us back here, not only for our own safety, but to speak with people that may be more knowledgeable in the matter of dealing with Toby. I use things as pigments for my art. I think that eccentricity I have, you know about.
Yes.
I wouldn't think to talk about it over time. The same as, say, Kellex or Kiffy. I'm sure that 100 times as they've been walking along, they've had little prayers under their breath to their gods. It's kind of the same thing with me. It's my instinct to do these things. Those really don't harm the party. They're a little weird. I agree. It's odd, but there are power in things that I like to take and use them in my art. It increases its je ne sais quoi. There's something there. It builds upon the art. Outside of that, I'm with you guys.
Yeah,
I am.
I understand that, and here's what I'm hearing you saying. I'm with you guys 100%, except.
Yeah, you're right. Except when you guys might decide to do something that is counter to my benefactor.
Okay, Timble.
I'll honestly say, or anybody that speaks against the yeomanry, and I'm sure Kiffy would say if we decided we were going to go against Fortuna,
we just saw that right now today with Kiffy, or actually yesterday, deciding that it wasn't appropriate for him to do the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing.
Yes, but he communicated that to us before any action was taken, and there was no precipitated action.
And
Now-
if Sir Thomas was compromised, if his predilections and his honor prevent him from doing things, we would all be in a fight. We'd all be talking about it, and probably I'd be outvoted because we'll go and do that, we'll do this, and I prioritize differently. And yes, I took it upon my shoulders, but I don't believe I have endangered anyone.
Yeah, honestly, I think Tomas looks at this and says, he thinks, that you, in the best interest of the party. However, what do you want from me? I'm not reaching out. If you want the necklace, here it is. I am not preventing us from moving forward. I was actually coming clean. Totally respect your immediate reaction due to the nature therein. I'm not questioning or challenging you in any way. Instead, I took it, I called him out, my intention, and anybody is more than willing to do it inside against my intention. My intention was to take the threat away from Meriden and get it away. Take him out there in the open. Get him out there. Did I think we'd get there? No, I figured he'd attack us on the road. And I think we can take it. If we make it to the town, I think we take him definitely.
I don't think he's going to attack us until he has all the pieces of what he is looking for.
That's a great point. And that's what we got to figure out. But I wanted to figure it out away from Marydale.
But
we are away from Marydale.
Well, we are now. Not where I want to be.
I did not think of the curse. Grena?
And I'm not a part of the curse.
Grena?
Yeah, you are.
Yes, you are. That's
I am now.
First.
I am now.
Including
I know I have been a little less verbal in this than everybody else, but Kiffy, what are your thoughts?
I'm just kind of flabbergasted. I don't even know what's going on here. So, I'm loyal to you guys. You guys, we fought together, we bled together. Whatever you want to do, I'm here for you. If you want to marry heathen, though, I'm not down with that.
Grena?
Man, that beard looks pretty like kicking my balls a little bit differently. But that being said, I completely agree. I am not mad at Timble's use. I would have done the same thing if I would thought I was in a threat situation and I expected to do it again.
Grena, you were talking about
Kellis was a little miffed, but it felt like maybe he didn't have any trust to his fellow parties. But as a soldier, he gets it. We all have our different duties on what we have to do and stuff like that. And we sometimes make decisions that that we don't always go up the chain of command in a way. We just do it because it has to be done.
Yeah, 100%. If you need a chain of command, I'm happy to sit at the top and make all the decisions for everybody.
Okay, well, since we're here, back where we started, I need to
get out?
Nav to the temple for safekeeping where we took pieces of Toby to. The second thing is I got to figure out how to lift this curse, and that's going to involve going to the Dryads. So does anybody know how to handle that situation?
Yeah, we go there, we wake up 400 years later.
Well, it's either that or have our magic and our abilities continue to not work as well.
Okay, I'm going to make a Arcana check.
Okay. Would it be Arcana?
All right. Queen Mav, Queen of Air and Darkness. She is the queen of the Unseelie Court. Okay? That is where we need to go to get this lifted.
Where?
The Unseelie Court.
Are we sure the Dryad is of winter and not
Doesn't
summer?
matter. Doesn't matter. The The curse is a curse. It's a fey curse. It can be removed by either court.
Yeah, but isn't the Unseelie Court? I kind of threw me because I thought the Unseelie Court was Forgotten Realms, out of character.
The Unseelie Court was what?
Forgotten Realms, not.
No, Unseelie Court and the Seelie Court are both half of the one half of the, each of them is one half of the fey.
It's Scottish folklore is where you're taking it from.
Yep.
There is an Unseelie Court in Forgotten Realms that I've read about at one point. So stand corrected.
We're not in Forgotten Realms. We're in Greyhawk. Damn it.
Brenna?
And since we're coming clean, I am touched by Maeve. I take off my hat.
Who?
The Queen of Air and Darkness.
I take off my little hat.
Oh, she's got horns.
Yep. Yeah, you can actually see like
You
little satyr horns.
And you fucked that little thing and cut her up. God damn.
You're gonna do a thing. Do it to the best of your ability, right? I was a hermit before I got put in the army. I never expected to have to deal with people.
Can I ask something?
Sure.
Okay. So you're touched by Maeve. What's the connection with Mab? And we have a dryad who is pissed and cursed us all. And what else? Is there anything else?
That's it.
Mab and Maeve are the same.
They're the same person.
Yep.
It's
They're the
Mab
same
it's
or
just
aspect.
Maeve, that's how it's
And
pronounced.
she has given me something for safekeeping, and I need to take it to the temple before Toby gets it.
Well, what is she giving
No,
you?
I'm not going to show it to you because it is not. It's not a good thing.
Yeah,
What temple?
Well,
yeah.
What
You,
is
you,
the item that you said you needed to take it to Temple Heronius?
Yes.
yeah, you see Raven just kind of her ears kind of pick up and said, "This thing that you have. Do you have it with you?"
oh shit, we're gonna fight Raven. Fuck yeah.
No.
That was out of character.
And like I said, Toby is looking for it.
Then if Toby is looking for it, then it obviously has immense power.
I would assume so.
Yes, and to say that you received it from Maeve herself,
Yes.
that means that it was so dangerous that it had to be removed from the Fae and the realm of
Yes.
the Fae. Then you are truly. It's strange that you were cursed, but then also truly blessed by Maeve herself. How strange! There must be something that is happening in the lands of the Fae.
Well, I pissed off a princess
Yeah.
because she wanted me to take something from her forest and plant it in our forest. And I told her that I would do that only with the approval of the Fae from our forest, and she got pissed.
Yeah. Okay, understandable. I don't know enough about the Fae to be able to advise you. But do you happen to have the item in question?
I do.
Do you mind showing it to me?
I kind of do, because if I touch it and open it, I will have the strong desire to do something that I should not. And last time I almost didn't beat it.
Okay. Understandable. Do you have it in a bag or a box or something?
Yes.
How are you holding on to it?
Technically, I'm not holding it. Something else is holding it.
Good.
Hold
Okay.
on for
This
one
is good.
day.
So she says, if you can bring it out, not touch it. Definitely do not touch it. And I don't expect anyone else should do so either, but I would like to see it because I have an idea what it might be.
Well, I can tell you where she removed it from, if that helps, without seeing it.
That would be most helpful.
From her eye.
Oh, you see immediately she just kind of sits back in her chair, and she already has pale skin as it is, but it almost looks like it goes to a sallow, she just says, "That's terrible.
Just a little bit.
You need to remove that from your person as soon as possible. Do you understand what do you understand what you're carrying?"
To a point.
Did
I
Maeve
don't understand what is
did Maeve tell you what it did Maeve tell you what it is?
She told me it was a powerful stone, and not to use it, even though it will tell me to use it.
Yes.
And it needs to be put somewhere safe, preferably with our other artifacts.
So most likely you saw this in a dream.
Yes, right before Toby killed her.
Okay, well obviously Toby did not kill her, but
yeah, I know that, but in the dream.
But the dream itself was probably enhanced or changed in some sort of way by the stone itself, showing you where it should be applied. It was beckoning you to use it by showing you how to use it. Maeve would not have done that. So that dream was altered by the stone itself. She realized that it is a threat, and it is a great threat. It said, what you're carrying with you is called a tear of Vecna. It's one of Vecna's tears. This is a really particularly terrifying artifact.
Can we do
that?
So she says, "Yes, I don't want to see it." And she says, "If Toby is looking for this, then he knows exactly what it does and how he can use it. If he ever gets a hold of it."
And he knows I have it.
Yes, and he will not stop until he either takes it from your dead body or he finds a way to get it in some tricky way. And so she just says, "Would anyone like more wine?"
Please.
So said, She stands up and once again brings a carafe of wine around and says, "I am glad that you all were able to come here today and to maybe come to a more a deeper understanding of your purpose." Said, "I'm sorry that you were cursed, Grenna, but this is the nature of the place that we work and live." Says, "Unfortunately, I cannot return you to the village that you were at. That was a one-way trip." And she turns and looks at Timble and says, "And it was supposed to be used in the most dire of instances." And she says, "This is the second time, Timble. And so the first time you almost killed yourself by drinking acid, and now this time..." Okay, whatever.
I think the removal of perhaps a Grenna.
And in the interest of coming clean, if we are not anywhere and you need to tell me something and Bubbles is nearby, tell Bubbles because he can tell me. Welcome to my world.
Everybody's kung fu fighting.
Where did we put the Toby parts?
Temple of Heroni?
Anybody else say?
Yeah, that sounded like a bunch of funny idea back in the day, didn't it?
Is that going to be strong enough? Is that going to be strong enough protection, Raven, for this tier?
She looks and thinks, and she says, "The problem is, it's not. It's the best way to put this is the location is probably fine. It's human nature that you have to worry about.
Where would be the best protection from such a thing?
She
I
just
fear all of these things being together would lead him to
Destroy a temple.
human nature. You're right. Human nature.
yes.
He would find a way.
Understandable. All it would take is a young acolyte who has very little willpower to be overtaken by this tier. The tier has its own mind, it has its own will, and it can exert itself upon those who are weaker than itself. And there are a lot of weak people.
Is there a certain range of influence? Are we talking they have to be next to it, or
You have
if
to
we
be
put it somewhere where nobody can access it, easily?
You have to be, from my experience, you have to be touching it and looking at it.
Yeah, you have to actually hold it in your hand.
Yeah. I don't suggest that.
So I think, once we take it to the temple, we be honest with them, tell them what it is, and the possibilities of, the danger, if someone actually touches it or even looks at it.
Nesting boxes.
The safest place for it.
Nesting boxes, 10 of them with the glyph of warding.
I'm sure the temple will know the best route to keep something as evil as this.
Or should we put it in another temple of good? I worry about so much being in one place. Is there something the dwarves might have to lock it away?
That is a good point.
I do trust the dwarves more than I do the frailty of humankind.
Well, there's not
Screw
really
you, Timble.
are there?
That was out of character.
Are you okay?
Looking at it going, what is that? What is he playing with? What could that possibly be? Oh, it's a cat. Sorry, you were being all serious and my radiation brain was not.
And now she's bright red.
Thomas is jealous.
Okay. If we were to do this, which good deity would we want to put it with? Fortubo?
I think we already established there's no temples of Fortubo in Pellak.
Okay.
I guess the other question is what temples do exist in Pellak?
Okay. So, of course, you have Erroneous, you do have Pelor, you do have Celestian, and you have Alatur. So Celestian is more of a sort of like a star worshipping, star traveling, and then also Alatur is of the justice sort of.
My vote's erroneous.
Erroneous.
Is Pelor, is that the god of light?
Yes.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we can do to draw, instead of leaving it at within one guardian, perhaps layers of guardianship? Is there anything that say the powers that Raven, that might be able to help shield?
Is there any chance we could give it to the 7?
She just says, I don't have the power to be able to, and also the powers that I wield do pull from the darkness. So I don't know.
Kellex is going to say, I think maybe Heronius is our best bet at this point. We do have it. I have a connection with the temple without going through maybe too much red tape.
Well, if the whole point is to separate the things, then we probably need to go to Pelor.
Mm.
Okay.
Tomas is solely relegating this to you guys to deal with. He's more concerned about getting back quickly or establishing uh, another area of combat upon Toby immediately so that Marydale is not being targeted.
Well, is there a way to
Is there a temple?
disguise something else to, I don't know, put it into a box? The box has a bottom. Maybe we could slide the real one in there and something on top. Yeah, I'm looking at some way of deceiving anyone who would be coming in to get it. Do we walk in with 3 or 4, 5, 6 boxes? You know, which one is it? It's that whole thing of.
So can we put it inside of a box
Ward the
that
box.
is warded that only we can open it? And if somebody else opens it, they get
Fireball.
No, because we'd have to be able to cast something like Layman's Tiny Chest.
Glyph of warding.
Yeah, but that'd just be blowing it up. Layman's Tiny Chest actually puts it on another plane of existence.
Yeah. Is there a temple to Ouijas?
Probably not. Let's see. Probably. Well, there's a good chance. Let's see. In Pellak, probably not. If you were in Greyhawk, definitely. Greyhawk being a much larger metropolitan area. Yeah.
Either a Temple of Pelor or the Tahurnos Temple. It's either one. I mean, I think at this point, the less we know exactly where it's at might also be a benefit.
I don't know. Should we take it to? God no. Thinking about taking it to. The Margrave here, but again, we're putting power in the hands of someone who, yeah, I can't see doing it. As much as I trust Lady Ilya, I concerned that in court, too much knowledge, someone would find out it an easy out for it.
Is there a way to destroy a tier of Vecna?
Raven just shakes her head and says, "No, there's probably no way of being able to do that. The magic aura that surrounds it would prevent any of that, in any type of damage. This is one of those scourges that unfortunately will be with us forever and ever."
My concern with putting anything magically around the box is that it could be overpowered by someone who magically is greater. The question to me then becomes: is there a way to and this is to Raven? Is it possible that we could put it in the box, have a glyph of warding, yet also have something a little more subtle underneath that would warn us that it has been taken?
Once we hand this off, we're handing it off.
I know, but I would like to have some alarm. Greta?
I got the impression that we're going to need this later to fight who is ever controlling Toby. Because remember,
Raven?
They want us to utilize a weapon of evil against evil?
But we were told that we had to find certain things to assemble this weapon to fight whoever this person was. It is my impression that this is part of the 7 things that we're looking for.
Are we looking for the staff of Vecna?
Are we talking about Toby is seeking this, so we have a key element of that?
Yes,
So either we collect it first or
he does.
he
And we
does.
don't want him to have this.
Mm.
Well, obviously, we're dealing on levels of artifactium that if he's trying to pull all these together, we need to separate. But I think we need to take it to him before he gets more power.
So Raven looks at you and says, if you have something personal of his, even a body part, I could try to scry and find out exactly where he is.
We actually do have a body part of him in the temple.
Wow.
I guess we need to go to the temple.
Yep.
So the question is, do we go to the temple to have them to keep the tier and then get the body parts?
I think we need to put the tier in a secure place, but I think putting them all together is a bad idea. But maybe if we take like a decoy to put in there and put the other one somewhere else, maybe, and then maybe some sort of spell on the decoy so that we will know that the decoy is taken. Can we do that?
I mean, I'm not I have the knowledge of artifacts such as this. I mean,
I don't.
yeah, obviously that's a decoy.
No.
My solution to this is drop it in the deepest part of the sea we can find.
Evil's there too.
Yes. But by the time they get to it, we'll be dead.
And Yarn just wants to get on a ship anyway, right?
The sea calls to him.
Raven?
Captain.
Raven?
Yes.
So this is part of something that that Toby's looking for to put together. What is the whole thing? And what are the other parts? Do you have any idea?
Well, I know that there is another tier. So there are two. As far as other things that he might be trying to do, if he has both of the tiers, does he have? She's like, I've seen this in a book, and I know that he has already been able to obtain undeath because of his status at this time. So that's definitely part of it. He is probably looking for other artifacts in different places that once he has all of them, I'm sure there is some sort of magical items, maybe a staff of some sort or some sort of wand that he is looking for. When combined with that wand, the tears, but I'm not really too sure what the other items he would need. I'm sorry, I really don't know.
Can we get an Arcana check to see if we know as a bard?
You can.
Would it be Arcana or History?
Do history. Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean there was a guy named Vecna?
That Vecna dude's a bitch.
How do you spell it?
It's like Vecna, like Vecna.
BITCH. Nice.
No. It's spelled PUNDASS.
Well, let's get it. Raven, would there be any way that you could get us, if not to the village anywhere closer to Starich?
How about
Well,
Estevan?
is there any way we could contact Melda and see where she is and have her
She's toast.
marry whatever and retrieve the stone?
Yeah, the last time
Or
you
the-
saw Melda was at the wedding. She was sitting in the crowd.
She's probably wondering where I'm at.
Was she
I got
hot?
ran out on her.
Was she?
Okay, so I think at this point, the next step is to get this item that Melda has, Grenna has, secured. I think we should probably take it to Pelor, so it's in a different temple. I could talk to my father at the Temple of Heronius and see if he can make that happen, or we could just go there ourselves. Either way, but I think we need definitely the idea to keep them separated is definitely a good idea.
I would admit Pelor. I'm just taking straight to Heronius. I mean, you've got a direct tie to Heronius. That's somebody you trust. We're not taking it outside of the family at that juncture.
I agree with Heronius.
Kivy?
They already have like the Toby bits, so if we're trying to separate things,
If we're trying to separate, yeah.
but you know, I
I would
mean,
have put the
look, Pelor is an enemy of the undead, so it just seems like a natural thing to do.
And Pelor, the shining one is a friend of the Arch Paladin. They're very close.
Go for it.
Don't you, Kelvin?
The Heronius, the Temple of Heronius here, perhaps another Temple of Heronius.
Perhaps I'm not traveling to do it. Give it to them. Let them deal with it.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
not sure we
that's-
have time to locate the travel to another temple or another
Yeah.
city that has a Temple of Heronius. And I'm
Okay.
sure each temple will have their own different types of wards. So
Okay, so next action is Pellak and Grenna, whoever else wants to wander along, take the bit to Heronius and see if we can get it in there. Good idea?
Go for it.
actually to Pelor, to the Temple of Pelor.
Well, you got to go Heronius first to get your introduction to Pelor.
Yeah, I get that, but in the end result, it's going to Pelor.
Okay. Nito Groovy Cool.
I'm tagging along.
Okay. So you all stand up and bid a good day to Raven, who wishes you the best of luck.
Did you ever answer that question
What was the
about
question?
getting us closer to
Unfor-
Theratrist?
Unfortunately, she does not have the ability to do that. Now, you could talk to Antero, who is the the master wizard in Pellak. In the service of the Margrave. He does have the ability to send you to different places that might get you closer.
And where are we thinking about going after this?
I vote Estevan because that's where I told Toby we're going. I think the armor is something he can cue on because I specifically told him I'm wearing it. I'm making myself the world's biggest target.
Well, back to Marydale, pick up your stuff, and then to Istvan.
I've got my stuff on me. The only thing I'm missing is like holy water and bullshit. You know what I mean?
I say we go to Krakenheim.
I speak basically to everyone. Everyone got all of their stuff that they need.
Well, I guess I can buy new stuff.
We're still cursed, right? The hell?
To that point, if we go to your dryads in your forest
Wait a minute.
and get them to agree with the other dryad, will that work as far as going down to her and say, "Great, we got it cleared. We can plant them up there. Can you remove the curse, please?"
We could try. The worst we're
That's
gonna
also along the way.
go see the other one, and she's going to be so pissed still that she's going to say no. But it wouldn't hurt to try. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen at this point?
Yeah.
Look,
Ellen
it's
definitely.
guys, remove
Putting our best foot
third level
forward.
spell.
Yeah, but this is a try
Got
it.
some talk over. Got some talk over. Can't. When you guys talk over each other, it sounds like garbage to me. So just work with that.
No, what I'm saying is remove curse as a spell.
Yeah.
We'd only need it 6 times.
How much does it cost?
7 times. Who knows?
I think remove curse is like 7th level, 6th level,
3rd.
3rd. Wow.
I thought it
7th
was a
level.
higher level.
Caster level, not actual level. My bad.
I could totally do that if we want to spend a week here.
Get rid of the curse.
Hey, Kippy. I love you.
Sure, why not?
All right. So after the temple, where are we going next?
A bar.
We need to find a place to hang out. So Kiffy can remove curses on us.
Well, to the church.
Can you do that on yourself, Kiffy?
Assume so, yes.
That's a personal
There's
question.
nothing in the spell description that says you can. So I have 3 third level spell slots. We could get us all clean in a couple of days.
Do we halt up
Is this like a
into one
7-step
space?
program or something?
Talk over.
Real quick, where is currently the necklace from Toby, Brian?
From Cheddar.
Well, you left it in the mayor's house.
Thank you. Got it. God damn it.
Can we do this remove curse while traveling?
It says that the remove curse spell, out of character, the remove curse spell will only break a creature's attunement to a cursed item. We don't know if there is an item.
Great.
Yeah, Princess of the Fame kind of ups the ante on that. I would
Okay, so you all head into Pellak, seeking the Temple of Heronius, and once again, finding Father Velho, who is just finishing up with services, and he sees you approach. I think everybody was going.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, he extends a hand to you, Kellex, and says, Brother Kellex, welcome back, welcome back. It's so good to see all of you. You've been away for a little bit.
Indeed, Father. And again, we need to speak to you in private.
I am sure. Come on in. And so he brings you in and takes you back to his office, and y'all are, some acolytes bring in some extra chairs, and he says, "So, what is it that troubles you?"
Father, I'm afraid we have another favor to ask. Another item that needs to be closely or secreted away and closely hidden, or very secretly hidden, essentially. I don't know if we want to go into details, guys. Do we want to tell him what it is, or just kind of...
We don't have a choice.
What level priest would he be above you? I mean, we got to trust him.
Okay. We have an item of great evil we need to entrust to your care, ensuring that no one ever touches it or looks upon it. It is apparently called a tear of Vecna.
As soon as you say that name, he immediately rocks back in his chair and looks at you he says, "How did you find this tier?
And we look at Greta.
And so all eyes switch to the Gnomon Ranger, who it said he just looks over at you as everybody else is looking at you and says, "Greta, it was given
And
to
so
you."
What was the least one you expect, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the
It was
least.
given to me to keep in safekeeping. And I am entrusting it to you and your God to keep it safe.
He looks back at you, Kellex, and says, "I'm sorry, my son. There is no way we can keep that here. There is only one place that you can take that, and it is the Crystal Citadel in Greyhawk. That is the only safe place."
Where the hell is Greyhawk?
That's a long ways away.
Amen.
Sorry, that was not a very out of character. Well, in character too, maybe. So,
Where is
are you sure? Are you sure, Father? I mean, I think the need is sort of desperate. And I will be honest with you. We feel that there is somebody, I hate to say it, a former companion that is looking for these items.
Are these the
Kind of
parts of your friend?
You actually have a piece of him hidden as well.
Yes, I remember you brought the mortal remains of a comrade of yours. Interesting. I said, but Brother Kellex, you have to understand this abomination that you carry, and then looks down at you, Grenade, you carry. There's no place safer than the Crystal Citadel.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell
trip.
you.
Greyhawk isn't that far away.
I need to go see Lady Ilya.
So we just go through Valuna and the Kingdom of Fergandi briefly.
The gnarly forest.
The Gnarly Forest, yep. Okay.
Forgot about the Gnarly Forest.
Perhaps can we get some maybe flying mounts to get this item of utmost importance to the Citadel as immediately as possible?
How the hell are you going to ride a flying mount? Tied onto it like a sack?
I'm a human.
And?
These guys might be, but
I just fit in a bag on your back.
I need to go to see Lady Ilya.
Okay.
Well, why don't you go see Lady Ilya? Thank you, Father, for your help.
Yeah, I'm sorry I could not be of any more.
Are
Said I am very, very sorry.
we?
So good.
Thank you for at least seeing us, Father.
Of course.
We appreciate your time.
Said of course you are always welcome, all of you, here into these sacred halls. Said he looks once again at you, Grenna, and says, "Please be very, very careful, little one. You may have just a glimpse of the powers that stone has. Whatever you do, don't touch it."
Yeah, I figured that out the hard way. Don't worry. I'm touching it again.
So, okay, so you all get up and you move on back through the sanctuary and back out onto the...
Actually, Brian,
yes?
I'm going to tell the group saying, you all go ahead, I'll catch up to you in a little bit.
Okay. Alrighty, so Kellex stays behind. Timble breaks away briefly to make his way to Castle Oversight to talk with Lady Ilya. What is everyone else doing?
Well, I'm going to go to the palace and talk to Eduardo or whatever his name was.
And Taro.
Yep.
Okay. So cool. Alrighty, so yeah, you could actually just follow Timble up because he's heading pretty much to the same place. But while you're heading up to the Mage's Tower, he's heading into the actual throne room area. So, Kella, mm-hmm.
And clue him in on all this shit.
Tomas is going to seek out Sir John Morris if he's available within the city, or somebody from the border company to ask for a contingent to be sent to Marydale for protection.
Okay. Sir John Morris is not in town. He's actually at the front. Finding spare troops to send to Marydale is going to be a pretty tall order. So, yeah, you unfortunately are going to be out of luck in that regard. Sparing someone, especially, yeah, they kind of look at not just, they don't look at your station in society. They also take into account her station in society. So, yeah, they just definitely do not have the manpower to
Tomas
do
tries
that.
to he rolled a 21 to try and intimidate like some lowly guy to send somebody there ASAP.
Isn't Marydale in a completely different
country? Yes, it's a completely different country. Matter of fact, you should probably
exactly.
Yeah.
And when I was in the military, if I had an opportunity to go in the exact operational directionally different area, fuck yeah, I'd be back there, man. You need me to check that out? Woohoo! I'm there. I'm repopulating Marydale with slackers from the military.
Okay, well, being that he doesn't have any ties or anything to Starrett or Marydale, at least he will have. He does have advantage on this roll, so we'll see how far we can get. So there's our first roll. Yeah, that was beautiful. And one more. Okay, so 17. Okay, so he says that being that he is a low level sort of person, this would have to go up the chain of command to actually appropriate a troop, a soldier, probably one, to actually to head there. But he says he will take it under advisement and has logged it in as a request.
It's in the CQ log. Shit, nothing's ever
It's in the CQ log. And there it died. Like all good CQ. Yeah, everything that ended up in the CQ log. Alrighty. So very, very good. Let me quickly talk, say, Timble. So you make your way to and get an audience with Lady Ilya, who brings you into a private meeting room off of the, and she says, "Oh, you're back. This is wonderful, wonderful. How was your trip?"
Well, not so great. We actually ran into trouble traveling down through the marsh, the Rushmores. Then we ran into trouble in, a small little town, Marydale. A scourge of vampires had to be dealt with. We have not made it to Istvan.
Ah, I see.
And I'll explain concerns with Toby, but I will not touch upon the tier.
Okay.
I will talk about Toby and that there was a necklace that allowed the vampires to communicate to Toby. I'll lay all of that out. And then, is it possible that Antaro could well, get us closer to Sterich and Istvan, but rather, would it be possible for him to get us closer to the Crystal Palace in Greyhawk?
She says, well, as far as Antero goes, you'll have to talk with him. I'm not sure exactly what powers he holds when it comes to transportation. I know that most likely he would easily be able to get back and forth to the Crystal Citadel, being that that is the seat of all arcane knowledge. So most likely that will definitely be a possibility. She says, I am a little bit upset that you did not get a chance to talk to my cousin, but I do understand the situation that you were faced with,
Yes,
and
we
am
ran
willing.
into
Yes.
roadblocks, and forgive me for that. I do
Okay.
indeed plan on going to Istvan. It's just so much has happened traveling there that order of precedence, I guess, for the party was such that we got caught up into things.
And so am I to believe that you were successful in your fight?
We did take care of the scourge, yes. Our I'm very concerned about Toby.
Yes.
If he's gained such power so quickly, I fear that there's just so much unknown to me, and that I do not trust his ends. And I do believe they have more to do with killing everyone. You know how those liches get. They just want to enslave and control everything.
Yes.
And I believe that's his desire.
Okay. It says, well, yes, talk with Antero and see if there's any way that he can get you closer to your goal. I think it is quite advantageous for us that you had stopped in Marydale and defeated the Scourge, because this looks very favorable upon the people of Bissell, that we have heroes under our banner that are willing to put themselves in harm's way for even the smallest of folk in Sterich. I think this is good. You've done well. And she says,
I am trying.
Yes, you're. This is actually good. She gives you a very warm smile, and she says, Timble, if there is a way that you're able to get this message to my cousin within a fortnight, I will be extremely pleased.
I will see what I can do.
Good. She says, is there anything else?
Nothing that I can think of. I'm off to see Antero, I guess. With your leave.
Okay. So you go ahead and leave. Yarn, you had actually already made your way up to the to the mage's tower, and had been sitting there chatting with Antero for some time. If you remember, Antero's kind of a little. He's not all there all the time. Sometimes he has flashes of absolute clarity, but a lot of times he is like way out on like totally different. So you're just trying to keep the conversation going. He is very interested in what you're saying. What are you actually telling him? Or are you just really getting to the meat of the visit?
No, I told him about our fight with the vampires, and all the hydras and the explosions in the swamp, and swamp gas can be your friend and very useful, except for the boatmen that were with us that ended up in the
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and,
So
and eventually working my way around to, but we need. I have 6 people that need to get to Greyhawk, and it would be to our advantage if we could utilize your services to transport us there.
he, as soon as you mention Greyhawk, he says, "Oh, that's so fortuitous for you. I'm actually going to Greyhawk tomorrow, and you can come with."
Oh, excellent! How nice! That would be wonderful.
Yes,
It'd
yes.
be so much. Don't forget the dog. 7. Okay, 6 and a dog.
That's fine. That's fine. He says, "Oh, yes. So you just want to? How long are you staying in Greyhawk?"
Not long.
Ah,
Long enough to drop off an item drop off an item, ensure that it's going to be taken care of, and then we would be easily ready to come back at that point.
excellent, excellent. I actually am going there to talk about some findings I had recently discovered in my research, and I'm supposed to present them. And there's also
Might I ask the subject of your research?
I said, well, I have been able to be able to actually cure certain diseases that are of a sort of planar nature. There have been people who have dabbled in the darker arts who came in contact with beings from the 9 hells, the abyss, and place, and have came back with these just horrendous diseases that had overtaken their body and their minds. And there's an excellent sandwich shop right outside the Crystal Citadel that I want to make sure to visit. And maybe you and I could have some lunch there.
Absolutely. Sounds perfect to me.
Oh, well, would you want to sit in on the symposium? I'm only supposed to talk just a few moments about my findings. You don't have to stay the whole day.
Well, I would like to. Unfortunately, I have an obligation.
I understand. I totally understand. But the turkey sandwich, though.
I am going to take you up on lunch.
Good. The turkey sandwich is particularly good. All right. So tomorrow morning I'm supposed to leave. So make sure you're here before 8.
We will be here.
I have to be there to talk at 9, and I like to have a little bit of time to compose myself before I go before all these ruffled shirts who are my contemporaries.
Indeed. Okay. We will be here. Thank you so very much.
So just as you're finishing up your conversation, Timble comes trotting up the staircase, and as you guys are laughing and carrying on about turkey sandwiches, and he's just like, okay.
I got us a ride. Let's go.
Oh, I just came from Lady Ilya to speak with us and Taro.
Yeah.
To see if he could possibly help us to the Crystal Palace. And
yeah.
So
I got us a ride. We got to be here tomorrow morning before 8.
When would we be back?
Same day.
Yep.
Oh, that's quite fortuitous.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Talk to him. He's a good.
That's who I was referring to.
And we went wrong.
I don't think I'll sir you.
Is that,
when
are you also interested in a turkey sandwich?
I like turkey
I
sandwich.
do so happen to love turkey.
Then you must come to this turkey this turkey sandwich shop that is right outside of the Citadel. It's absolutely wonderful. Yes. After the symposium. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes. This is good.
We have our obligations, but yeah, that sounds wonderful. Might I also ask, for Lady Ilya, could you get us also closer to, well, Istvan and Sterich?
He sort of thinks about it and he says, I do not have a link, but I do know a man who can help you, who will be at the symposium. His name is Bilius. Bilius is in the service of Lady Emendov of Istvan. So we shall talk with him. Maybe he too would like a turkey sandwich.
How wonderful. Wonderful.
All right.
Okay.
And we wander off to go find the rest of the party to let them know that we got a ride.
Cool. Okay, so Pellak, you stayed behind a little bit. What were you up to?
Father, again, thank you for at least telling us our next step and showing where we need to go next. I do have another favor to ask. I need to get a message sent, and I understand that the clergy and the other practitioners of the divine and arcane magic have a means of sending messages quickly.
Yes, of course.
I'm looking to send a message to can't think of her last name now. Melda Emberhart and Marydale.
He is like, oh, okay, yes. I think I could.
We kind of left.
Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I believe you.
Go ahead,
she was in your presence the last time you were here, if I remember
yes.
right. Yes, lovely woman, elven woman. Yes, sure. What message do you need to send to her?
Well, we were kind of unexpectedly brought here. She probably is unaware of our current whereabouts, and I just want to let her kind of know where we're at, where we're going next. And I think we need to. I also want to tell her there's an item that I had once, and now it was in Thomas's possession, that may need securing.
Okay.
And also, I'll tell you what, I kind of drafted up a sort of a message here, because I think it's only so many words. Is that right, Brian?
I believe so. Yeah, it's not. It's not like you can send a small novel or anything.
No.
Let's see.
We have pull up here. 25 words or less.
Okay.
Okay. So, unexpected travel, Pellak. Thomas necklace in Marydale. Tied to Toby. Keep safe item, village, yourself. Going Greyhawk City. Hide another item. Toby looking. Love you.
Okay.
I think that's 25.
Okay. Yeah, that is fine. Okay. Let me just.
And is Tomas able to send a message as well?
Are you with me, Tomas?
Yeah,
I didn't know if I was.
I think you walked out with everybody else. Only Pellak stayed behind.
Right. No, if I walked out, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so let me see. I think they can also. I think they can also answer back if I remember right.
What spell is this message?
Yeah. Maybe not. I'm sitting there looking at the. I'm looking at it.
Just here's a message in mine. Recognizes.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it's just
Oh yeah,
one
you
way.
can answer back immediately. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's cool.
All right. Okay, so she immediately answers back, and she says, I'll be safe. I will keep an eye on the village. Awaiting your return. Good luck. Love, Melda.
Sweet.
Okay, cool. So she is, at least she knows where you're at. You just didn't like, damn, these people bounced.
Well, I think the one reason I didn't want the necklace to be kind of just left unsecured, and then also we had talked about about going to that one city up north of Pellak, or not Pellak, Marydale. So
Yeah.
didn't want her to go wandering off thinking they were there.
Okay. And I think, guys, this is probably a good place to stop for the evening, being it's 9:55. Yep.
Tomas also recognizing this sending messages. He's actually going to invest in a third level sending spell as well.
Okay.
Or he can find a way to send it. And this is the message he's sending to his mother.
Okay.
Let's see. And I'm pasting it into the Princess Celene chat if anybody wants to figure it out.
Figure it out. It's in code.
It is 100% a code.
It's
just real quick. Kippy is gonna go see his Uncle Angus.
okay.
Let him tell him to warn the clan that shit's about to pop off.
Okay.
Just because.
Just because.
Just because.
It's about to get real up in here.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
I will attempt to secure us a place to rest in the castle, and so that we can leave early in the morning.
Okay. Cool. All right. That's easy enough to do. Okay.
I thought it would be.
Yeah. So
we gave our rooms up?
are we looking at 2 weeks, 1 week? I don't know what you guys are doing.
Well, that's the total chaos of our group that we know so well. So, I'm ready next week. Start killing shit. I think
Okay.
we'll probably argue for a little bit after this offline about what we're going to do next.
Argue.
Yeah, a week, 2 weeks, I'm easy.
Okay.
That being said, Thursday we're going to try out that new VTT. I've messaged everybody, so
Yes.
I'm good on that. More messages will come.
Good.
Brian, I sent you the decoded version of that message and how to decode said message.
Okay, that's good.
Include Cipher.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
Send new clean underwear.
Okay, so we're gonna shoot for next week sometime, possibly 2 weeks, depending on what shakes out. Okay, I get it. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Well, for folks who are catching this stream later on YouTube, make sure to check us out. Probably sometime next week, probably on Tuesday. We will be right back at this, having some more fun. Did you guys have a good time this evening?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was productive, at least.
it was very productive.
Inter-party strife. That's always the
That was, yeah. I mean, it's like I actually had a break. I was like, "Wow, these guys are just going at each other." Like, it's like, "Yeah, this is great, cool." It's like
I don't know if I'd go that far as great, but we got to work it out. I understand.
it was awesome. It was cool. But no. So yeah, definitely check back next week. We'll definitely be here. If you are. I'm trying to think what day I have that planned. I think it's the 12th. 12th at 7 o'clock in the evening, we're going to be playing old school. Actually, it's a free shard from Dark Age of Camelot. Old game, fun game. If you are interested, it's free. So make sure to check us out on my Discord server. I have an entire link there to how to get the game. because it's all free, and we're going to be starting with fresh, brand new characters. We haven't determined on which realm we're playing, either Albion or Hibernia or Midgard. So Midgard. So we'll make that determination probably pretty quickly. So if you want to try it out, this is a great time to do it, and I think there's room enough for like 8 people in a group. So force your friends, force your friends to play. So yeah, we'll see. I love Midgard. Midgard's a lot of fun. I don't have a lot of characters on Midgard, but we'll give it a try. So
I never played Dark Age of Camelot.
What's that?
Never played Dark.
You never played it? Oh my gosh! Well, the free shard is absolutely awesome. I love it. So that's why it's kind of a big, people, and it's really popular still. And it's because it had such a really that the fan base was always there. I remember back when it just first started. Which was it's an old game, but it's still
01, 02?
Yeah, it's like 01 or something like that. It was like
we played it for years. We started playing some other game. We had problems with our cable, and the cable guy came in, started looking at our whole setup, and he said, "Why don't you guys play this game?" And it's only been out a month. And we played it for years. On 20 years. So, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I think it was because just there's so many different things that you could do. It was, and the realm versus realm was just hilarious. So, yeah. So,
yeah, I remember the big alarm raid that we had on Nemu to try to get our relics back. We brought 800 people. And we lost because Hibernia and Albion, they banded together. And,
that's cruel.
It was rough. It was rough with both of the realms pounding us.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's a great deal of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that if we do something on, we're going to do it on Sunday evening. I think that's the 12th. We're going to start new characters, and then we'll hit the low level dungeon and just go in there and hopefully wipe it out and just have a lot of fun. I'm going to stream it. Because usually there's a lot of chaos and stuff. We could have some fun with it. So you guys have first dibs if you want. Alrighty, folks. So I'll chat with you all later. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, Brian.
Good night.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we forgot to go. Dun 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 dun. On with the show, this is it. Overtures, white to white. This is it. The height, who knows what heights will hit. On with the show, this is it.
Have fun storming the castle, right?